They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So third and long.
It's third down and 12.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
Flush to his right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. It was Frank Clark that time who got in there to bring him down.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Mayfield. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. So, CD, his very first pass of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know that's a major surprise for any quarterback because, look, let's face it, no one thinks about throwing interceptions. But think about all the warm-up that we saw, right? Every pass he threw wasn't a single interception because, oh, that's right, there were no defenders out there. A little bit different when there's live guys out there chasing the football.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by the rookie Greg Newsome. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Mayfield off the play fake. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Nick Bolton in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it no matter the sport. They say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory. But that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done. But I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
And got his man complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 73 yards. And the Chiefs on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Patrick Mahomes, he can do everything seemingly, and that time he just reared back and let it fly.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Browns drive about to get started. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Into the secondary, past the 40. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. 59 yards for him on the ground in his first quarter. He has been tremendous to start the new year. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield, he'll take a shot for the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen 1 touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Chubb running right. Takes this to the 45. Not much space after that broken tackle. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Here's Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. A good pickup there for the Browns. 15 yards. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Mayfield on play action. Sliding out of the pocket. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Second and 10. From the gun, Mayfield going out wide, finds Chubb. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Mayfield to throw it. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 40, 20, 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Browns take over a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this run.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest. I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Browns on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And finding the tight end Hooper. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Mayfield finding Hooper there for a Cleveland first. Throwing, Mayfield. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They go play action. Mayfield. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And in his 2nd year in Cleveland after 4 in Atlanta, Austin Hooper always does all he can to build some rapport with his quarterback. He did it with Baker Mayfield last year. Expects it to continue to rise here in 2021.
They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And now Mayfield on the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. There's the rookie from Auburn, Anthony Schwartz. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 21. A good pick up there of 20 yards. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Mayfield on first down. Caught left side. It's Beckham. 7 yards, the pickup there.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 14-yard line.
To throw again on second down. Mayfield. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. They'll give it to Chubb. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Defense really sold out there to stop the run. Understandable down near the goal line. Now on second down, you have to wonder, might we see play action here and a flip right over the top?
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. Mayfield knocks this forward. It's a jet sweep, and he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Odell Beckham from 3 yards out. And the Browns are on the board here, the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good, and then you give up the touchdown on the last drive, now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, Mayfield. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down? On 3rd down, Mayfield. And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick. And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. 13 yards remaining on second down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And this is caught. Touchdown! Mecole Hardman.
in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs will extend their lead here just before halftime. But one thing that we know for sure, do not question the arm strength of Patrick Mahomes, one of the strongest around.
I'm really not sure what was more impressive about that throw. Was it the distance travel or the accuracy involved? Because I'm going to tell you straight up, when you're trying to hit a guy in stride that far downfield, there's nothing easy about it, but he sure made it look easy there.
And that wound up traveling an even 58 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now 21-7. The Browns drive about to get started. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Chubb will have the first down and much more. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball. Again,
and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
McLaughlin for the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week one, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Let's go. Let's do this.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they're down on the scoreboard. Sort of a sloppy first half. And Coach Davis, if you were in the locker room, what would the message have been?
I think I'd have to go with something you don't ordinarily go with in the NFL. That's like fire and brimstone. You've got to fire these guys up. Make them understand what's going on out there. They were so sloppy in the first half. Too many turnovers. Tighten things up. Maybe get in their face a little bit. Get in their grill. And then send them back out.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 158 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. Mayfield looks to throw. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Nick Chubb saw his role kind of diminish in the passing game last year. His receptions went down from 36 to just 16, but let's be fair about this. He missed some time with a knee injury, and he also had Kareem Hunt in the backfield, who absorbed a lot of catches along the way. He's more than capable of adding to their passing game.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. A good move on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. Mayfield now. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Ron Thornhill. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throwing interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And he's got Hardman in the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. Mecole Hardman, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And thanks to the interception, the Chiefs offense cashes in with 6. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
An extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. The Browns drive about to get started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Now Mayfield. They'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. First down, Cleveland, Mayfield to Beckham. 3rd and 4, he did just enough. I mean, just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described.
Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Frank Clark picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We've still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And this one will be brought back to the 22. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but